Today I was asked a really good question. Do the divine masculines who are in third-party situations, do all of them deal more with karmics, or do some of them have soulmates? If it's all karmic, why? And I've talked about this before in one of my previous videos, how a lot of times divine feminines have soulmates that assist us on the journey. And it seems like the divine masculines deal more with karmic situations. I didn't really know why until suddenly my higher self came through today and gave me this very clear download. However, every time I try to explain it, it's kind of hard. So I'm going to try to do my best without stuttering. Essentially, because the divine feminine leads with their heart, their intuition. If the divine feminine is in a third-party situation, so what I mean by that for people who are new, third-party situation meaning they are married or they are with someone else upon meeting their twin flame. So when they get activated, what happens is they activate through their soul, through their heart chakra, and they start awakening their intuition. The divine feminine leads the journey intuitively. They lead spiritually. And the divine masculine leads this journey physically with their mind. Like they kind of like to say like the divine masculine is the matrix twin and the divine feminine is the spiritual twin, okay? So we are anchoring in different things on this journey. When the divine feminine leads this journey, they think more intuitively. They think with their higher self. They make decisions based on their soul, on their intuition, on their heart, okay? And when a divine feminine decides to leave their spouse or their significant other, they are doing it based on what their soul feels. They are doing it because, you know what? I feel this connection isn't right for me anymore. I can no longer sleep with my partner anymore. I no longer feel a divine or a sacred connection. I no longer feel emotional intimacy, whatever it may be. The divine feminine tends to realize that this connection just isn't working, even if that person may be good on paper or may have many good qualities and they do love them, but they realize that they're no longer in love with them. So therefore, the divine feminine bases the decision to leave their partner on her intuition, on the feelings, on what makes her or him happy, on what makes the divine feminine truly, genuinely happy. The divine masculine thinks logically. The divine masculine, because they are 3D, they think with their egoic mind. They are the ego and we are the spirit. We are the soul, essentially. This is a way of thinking of it, okay? And the divine masculine, if they were to have a soulmate, a very kind bond, a very happy relationship, they would have a very, very difficult time to leave that soulmate or that person because everything would appear nice. Everything would seem good. And they would have no reason to leave that person because they're not thinking with their heart, with their soul, with their intuition. They're thinking logically. Oh, well, everything is running smoothly. Everything is fine. So why would I leave my partner? And because they're thinking everything's good on paper, they're thinking logically, I have no reason to leave. So this is why a lot of times the divine masculines will have very karmic-like partners that are toxic, that fight, that may cheat on them, that are abusive. There is a lot of anger, a lot of toxicity, usually in the divine masculine's relationship with their third party. Because if it were easy, they would not leave them. Does that make sense? A divine masculine has to hit rock bottom. A lot of times the dark night of the soul for the divine masculine is caused by the ending of their relationship with the third party, or because the divine feminine has pulled away their energy, has ran from the divine masculine. There can be multiple causes, but a lot of times it's one of the two. Okay. And it's usually because the divine masculine's relationship with the third party has come to an abrupt end, has become super toxic. They're fighting. They found out that their partner has cheated, or it's just gone really, really bad. And the thing is, divine masculines like to do what's right. They want to do what's right by their partner. because they don't want to have a failed marriage, because then they feel like a failure. In order for a divine masculine to actually leave a third party, it has to be very toxic. And usually it's the third party that ends up leaving the divine masculine. Not always, I don't want to scare you guys, not always, but a lot of times that is the case. The divine masculine's third party may end up cheating on them, or they say, you know what, I've had enough, I'm not happy with you, I'm not in love with you. Or sometimes it could be mutual, right? Everyone's situation is different, okay? So take this with a grain of salt, take this as it resonates for you. I'm just saying, for divine masculines, this is usually what happens. Divine masculines are usually not happy with their third party, okay? Because logically, if they were happy, they would have never allowed this twin flame connection to happen, because they would have been happy, because everything on paper seemed good. Oh, happy wife, happy life. I hope that makes sense. So divine feminines, we have soulmates, but we think with our soul and we realize, we recognize when the connection is not right. Not because of the twin flame, but because it's just on so many different levels, it's not right. Whereas the divine masculine, in order for them to see that their relationship is not right, it has to be broken. It has to be full-handedly broken, damaged, and it has to, like, they have to basically hit rock bottom and see the depths of hell for them to realize and wake up that they cannot continue with this relationship. And another thing, another reason why they don't leave the third party is they fear that if they do leave their spouse, they are afraid that their divine feminine is not going to be there anymore, which is not true. You know, the divine feminine is always loves the divine masculine. But a lot of times the divine masculine fears that if they leave their family, their wife, you don't have to leave your family, but if you leave your wife or your spouse, that the divine feminine is going to reject them, and then therefore they think that they have left their spouse for no reason. But this is why I say, you do not leave somebody for someone else. You leave because you are genuinely not happy in here. Okay? Never leave for someone else. You leave when you are not happy in here. You do what's right for you. I hope that helps.